You're listening to Mad Men Sports, sponsored by Black Button Distilling. October 10th at 6 p.m. You doing anything, Dave?
Do we have plans?
We do now. Bourbon and Brews Night for $15. That gets you samplings. That gets you $15 bourbon flights and some snicky snackies.
Don't say snicky snackies.
October 10th, baby. Black Button Distilling, 149 Swan Street. Check it out.
I do love my black button bourbon.
I like it all. You know what I like? I like this stuff.
You guys go crazy over that
The
shit.
apple pie moonshine? Fucking love it.
I'm going to pour some.
Oh, my God. While he's
In a little bit.
Diamond
Yeah, in
Dave.
a little bit. Let's just start the podcast.
Diamond. What's up, buddy?
What's up, man? I'm back in Bills form.
Yeah, after a
Wearing my Bills gear.
very
Very
disappointing
sad
loss.
podcast on Sunday, guys.
But we're back. We're back.
The energy is back up. And you know, speaking of backup,
Woo!
speaking of backup, we might not have to start our backup this week.
Yeah, Josh Allen is in stage 4 of 5 in the NFL concussion protocol. So fuck. He might be back.
Might never miss a step. Now, to be fair, at the game, we didn't really talk about this on Sunday because I wanted to save it. I mean, obviously injuries, we don't know what's going on until it happens, right? He's progressing super fast. I mean, we kind of mentioned it on Sunday now that I think about it. He's moving much faster than Derrick Anderson did, right?
Derrick Anderson still can't talk.
Yeah, he sits in the room,
Padded room.
yeah, when it's dark, and that's fine. We appreciate what
No
happened.
sunlight.
But, yeah, Josh Allen might be back this week, and that might be a blessing for the Bills because they're facing a heavy pass rush, Dave, aren't they?
Yeah, I've been talking about this all week. I've been annoying you guys with the pass rush all
He
week.
really has.
Yeah.
You guys don't respect the Titans pass rush enough.
Cameron Wake is injured. He's not playing.
And
Who else
old.
do they got?
Jarrell Casey is an all-pro.
Old.
Harold Landry,
Who?
Exactly.
you'll know Sunday.
I hope not.
You know what the Bills need to do? Zach will say this because he's said it constantly. Stop rotating the offensive line.
Find a guy that fits at the right guard and the right tackle and fucking leave him.
Yeah, this isn't a game that Allen could take any hits if he does play.
Yeah, you got to take care
You
of
got to
Josh.
protect him. The offensive line, I'm calling the offensive line out. Protect your quarterback.
This is so off script.
The rushing
Read the syllabus, David.
the rushing blocking is fine. There's no I don't know if it's Josh Allen not finding time, or making time, finding receivers, or just getting hit. Maybe we can all 22, but Josh Allen needs to calm down, and in order to calm down, he has to have a little bit of time to throw the ball.
Listen, I think that Josh Allen we saw against the Patriots was a guy that felt the pressure and he put it on himself. Maybe it was just like him walking around town, people saying it was a must-win for him. I don't know. That was not, listen, I'm going to say it's not the Josh Allen we've seen, but it kind of has in terms of turnovers and bad decisions. But the way he played and came out of that game, that's really not the Josh Allen we've seen. He came out jittery, tight. He didn't want to make a mistake, and yet towards the end of the game when he started to get comfortable, even in the beginning of the game, when he started to get comfortable and he started to feel a groove, started moving the offense a little bit, that's when he made his mistakes. Because I think he went from, I can't mess this up, to the point where he realized that no one else is going to do this for him and he needs to step up. And there is no in between until that. It's either I don't want to make a mistake or hero ball, which both manufacture mistakes because A, the first one handcuffs him, and B, the second one makes mistakes. So it's back and forth.
Do you think he trusts his receivers?
I don't know how you don't trust John Brown at this point. He puts the ball.
I think he
Cole
trusts Dawson
Beasley?
Knox. He's put Dawson Knox in some situations.
Listen, I think he's trust these guys more than last year. I think Cole Beasley, John Brown, Dawson Knox. I think he's trusts those guys' hands. He trusts Yeldon in the third quarter last week. He trusts these guys. I'm happy with it. I think there's a guy he doesn't trust, and this is super off script.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think.
might as well burn that script if
Yeah.
we're not following it.
Yeah, what's the point of a whiteboard, anyways? So Zay Jones, we've had to have this conversation today, guys. You see it all over Facebook. You see it all over Twitter, and
Who uses Facebook?
you.
I don't think I've ever heard you stop
Diamond
talking
Dave on
about
Facebook. Look him up. So yeah, you see it everywhere. You see, I need Bills talk. It's almost the heart of it is either Josh Allen being eligible or not, or Zay Jones being worth it or not. So Jake, You're a Zay Jones stan. There's no running from it. It's on the record. We've had podcasts talking about it. Dave has put you on the spot about it. What the hell are we going to do with this Zay Jones bullshit?
I have an idea, but Jake, you go first.
Okay. Just because I
That was the most
enjoy...
Kanye moment of all time. Taylor, I'm going to let you finish, but Beyonce had the best record of all time.
Yeah. And my answer isn't very Beyonce-esque. Zay Jones, I have been your biggest fan
This is a one-on-one.
since...
Look at the camera.
Zay Jones. I have...
Zach, in the lights.
Zay Jones, I've been your biggest fan since you came out of college. I was at the draft party when you were drafted. I saw Sean McDermott 10 feet from my face saying, "Hey, Bills fans, we drafted Zay Jones." I was excited. I bought a jersey. Week 1. Dropped a game-winning touchdown pass. I was like,
I think it was week 2. I'm here for you, though.
whatever. Fuck it. I was like, okay, Zay Jones, you're a rookie. Rookies have bad games. We'll bounce back. Did not. Rookie season, bust.
I mean, he hasn't done anything window shattering.
Shush.
But
Season 2, strides.
A little bit better.
He's making strides. I'm getting excited. I said, okay, here is the second-round draft pick that we reached for, that we traded for.
East Carolina University.
We got something here, folks.
But is there a but here, or is he just going to hype him up?
No, but
Oh,
this year, what the fuck, Zay Jones? Do you even try? I saw you going to the stadium once. You said,
all right. This segment.
"Hey, Jake,
what the fuck's going on?
hey, Jake,
all right,
what's up?
we didn't lose the game, guys.
This is a Dear Abby.
Has he caught a meaningful pass all year? No. Is he allowing defenders to pick off the ball?
Cut his mic.
Yes. What the hell is Zay Jones doing? One more bad performance. I'm burning the jersey. I'm calling for your retirement, Zay Jones. Isaiah Jones. I'm going to DM your mom on Twitter.
We had back-to-back Kanye moments on this podcast.
God, man.
Dave, why don't you talk for a little bit and let Jake collect himself?
I'm upset.
I think Zay Jones should be inactive this week. I think he needs kind of a kick in the ass, a rude awakening. If Foster's healthy, and I believe he is, he practiced today. Put Foster in and see if he's got anything. He is a deep threat. I'm not saying get rid of Zay Jones. I'm not saying give up on Zay Jones. He did start last year. It is only 4 games into the season. And he's not getting the bulk of the reps because it's John Brown and Cole Beasley at this point. And the tight ends are more active this year. I am saying put him inactive 1 week. Let him play after the bye. He should have a bigger game, bigger impact in Miami the following week. There's nothing wrong with inactive him this week. Put it in Foster, see what you got. You got to have something in one of these guys. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, I think the Zay Jones experiment needs to find its its peak here. Well, what's going on? We need to find out what's going on. We have a second-round draft pick here. We traded up for him, just like Jake said. Listen, I don't want to talk about Zay Jones more than I've already read on the internet and such like that. But it needs to be discussed on a podcast like this, where we have free-flowing opinions. Zay Jones, man, I trusted you last year. You were definitely the best wide receiver on the team last year. You knew the playbook front to back. You were teaching guys on the field during the middle of the play what was going on. But I gotta say, maybe it's because the other guys are that much better. Maybe it's because you're taking on a different role. But it's very clear cut that you're almost obsolete in this offense right now. And to the point where you're not coming back for balls on the deep throws. You're not coming back to balls on the sideline. You're not working hard to tackle a guy. That was a pretty piss-poor effort, if I may say myself.
What the hell?
But Zay Jones, maybe that's your bad game. But I can't take a consistent strand of bad games. That's bad.
That's bad.
I want Robert Foster to be active. I couldn't believe that he wasn't. Well, maybe it was because of injury and, things happen. I understand. Listen, we have people clamor on Twitter that it's Duke Williams Wednesday because that's the Wednesday where media is allowed to watch the practice squad go against the number 1 defense, and we always see Duke Williams show up somehow. Today, I don't think I did, but I wasn't really looking at either. But
Because he's not practicing with the practice squad.
he's not. Damn,
I don't know.
No, I don't know. Who knows? Yeah, he's pulling a Stephon Diggs. No, we'll talk about that later.
Yo,
Easy, don't give it away.
But we'll talk about that later.
Come on in, Stefan.
Stephon, come on out. But yeah, maybe Duke Williams is a better answer than Zay Jones. I've seen a lot of comparisons between the way they play right now. Maybe Robert Foster can be a better role. I definitely know he's more talented. Who's a better athlete, Zay Jones or Robert Foster? Do we even have to ask?
Robert Foster.
I don't think we know the answer to that yet.
I think
better athlete?
But we've seen less out of Robert Foster so far.
Yeah,
Better athlete.
We've seen less, but still know more about him. That he can get all over the place. So yeah, the Zay Jones thing.
Isaiah McKenzie needs more than one snap.
Isaiah McKenzie's a threat in 3 different ways. Use him any way. Use him any way you can.
John Brown can also throw the ball.
We've seen that happen. It almost turned into an interception, but I think if he threw it a little bit, I'm not getting into it. But yeah, Zay Jones.
His job's to catch the ball.
Listen, if Zay Jones, plays on Sunday and has a bad game, I don't know if he's on this team after the bye week.
No chance. I agree with that 100%.
Which is a shame because a couple weeks ago I would have said he would have been trade bait towards the trade.
Unless, listen, he still might be.
No.
His draft
No
status
team
might hold value still. He's a second-round guy. Other people might have had third-round grades on him. Who cares? He's still at value out there, and I think he still does. A fresh start might be great for him.
At this point, I don't even think I'd give a bottle of
Him and
black
a pick
button
might
for
get
him.
you something.
I would.
Well, it would take a lot more than Zay Jones to get a bottle of black button. That's for damn sure. That's gold. However, the Zay Jones thing, I don't want to talk about this
Bad
much
choice
longer.
of words there, sorry.
I don't want to talk about Zay Jones much longer. Yeah, but he's on notice, especially on the Madman podcast. Zay Jones is on notice. We're off to a really, really weird start to this podcast, guys. We're only like 12 minutes into it. We got Jake having a Sarah McLaughlin in the background talking to Zay Jones.
Save those dogs.
Stop. We have Dave throwing fits over here, and I'm talking about Zay Jones for 6 minutes too long on a podcast.
What am I throwing fit about?
Everything.
We'll find out soon. So let's dig into the Titans a little bit, okay?
The AFC South. It's very lackluster.
Everybody's 2-2.
It's scary.
Nobody's good.
It's scary because you don't know who's winning that division at this point.
No,
I think only
4
one
weeks
team
in.
goes to the playoffs.
And it's scary. It could be 2.
No, I
No.
think one team goes. I
Jacksonville's
think that's
on
why
this
I said.
Gardner Minshew fad right now.
Literally, you hear his name 5 times
Titans
a day.
went to the playoffs last year.
You literally listen to
Houston's
it.
really
Listen,
damn good.
You hear his name 5 times a day, and you're going to call him Minshaw? It's Shu. Minshew.
Shoo. His name's Uncle Rico.
The guy's awesome. I'm a huge fan
You know
of the
what's
guy.
crazy? You know what almost pisses me off, and I don't think I've talked about this in the podcast yet? I hate that teams randomly find guys like this dude. Where the Bills,
Well-
for 2 decades, were trying to find a quarterback. And
Just one.
I'm not saying this guy's great either, but he gives them hope.
For a
Yeah.
couple
He's an
for a
undrafted
couple
free agent.
teams there, Fitzpatrick was everyone's savior. So
And they treated him as
it's
such.
4
with a
weeks
big
into the
contract.
season. A long season left to go.
Josh Rosen.
No, 100%.
Doug Marone's an awful coach, awful human being.
So are you team
don't put
Jalen
too much
Ramsey?
stock in that.
Are you team
I'm
Jalen?
team
So
anti-Jaguars.
let's focus
I don't
on the
care.
Titans a little bit here. I don't know what's going on with this podcast. We're everywhere.
off the
We got to
cusp.
take our Adderall. We're all bouncing. Then we're not following the whiteboard. We're crying over Zay
Doug Marone,
Jones
you
milk.
suck.
We're talking about Doug Marone from 6 years ago at this
I
point.
defended you, Zay.
So let's focus in here. Taylor Lewan is back. Definitely the stud on that offensive line. 100%, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not that worried about it.
I think you should be. It's going to really halt
He's
the pass
fresh.
rush.
He's an all-pro. You should be worried about him.
Him and Derrick Henry
One of the best left tackles in the league.
are a wrecking crew right there. Derrick Henry is really something you're going to have to watch in the Tennessee team.
I think Derrick Henry is the most underrated running back in the league. Derrick Henry's a beast.
Listen, we've seen him
He's
have
the
200-yard
modern-day
games
Jerome
before.
Bettis.
I think he's better than Jerome Bettis. And listen, I don't think he's better than Jerome Bettis long term. I think he's more of a playmaker, like moving around, getting out there. I think he's a different dynamic, more dynamic player than Jerome Bettis.
Another sneaky guy in the Titans is Deion Lewis, his backup. He catches a lot of balls. He's pretty much a receiver that plays running back.
Nice. We're getting on. Kidding.
I don't understand.
Listen, guys, we had a really hard Sunday podcast. We were really sad.
we're just having
We
fun.
didn't even know how to talk to you guys
We're just
on
happy
Sunday.
to be back with you guys.
We're just happy that we have something to look forward to again. Josh is...
Probably.
Let's dive into that a little bit. Shit, no, just stay focused. We got to...
Humphreys. Talk about him.
Zach's worried about Humphreys. He thinks he's their go-to guy. At receiver.
I think they're going to send Brown and Davis over the top, and I think Humphreys is going to fill in the middle there. I think he's really going to find a way to carve out this defense a little bit. Now, I'm not saying our defense is susceptible to Adam Humphreys carving him out, but he's a guy that can put up many yards and many catches in a hurry.
Does Mariota scare you?
No.
A dual threat always scares me.
He can make plays, but I don't think he's one of the upper tier quarterbacks.
I think he's definitely hit his ceiling. This is what he is. This is what he is. I don't think he's going to get any better. I think a team needs to decide eventually. I don't think Mike Vrabel's the coach to really nurture a guy like Marcus Mariota, but I think eventually a team is going to have to decide whether or not he is worth keeping on your starting quarterback.
He gets sacked a lot, Mariota.
100%.
It's going to be different with Lewin back, but he gets sacked a lot.
Lawan.
We
got to get hooked on phonics in here. We got to get back hooked on Adderall. We got to really sort our shit out today.
This is what happens after a close Patriots loss.
Just pointing out things, that's all.
I think we're just excited to be back again. We're enjoying our black button. We're full of Prima Pizza. The Bills, literally.
The homers are back.
We literally strive off the Bills. And the fact that I think that they might catch a quick win on the road before the bye week has got me through the roof. I'm excited.
Yeah, we need to stack AFC wins, too. So
that's
very
AFC
important.
wins overall.
This win actually is important because we don't know who's winning this division. And this game could come back to either haunt us or we could look back and praise this game.
I think the Bills need this game. Now, last year, with a worse team, the Bills beat the Titans 13-12.
That was a rough game to sit through.
Last second. It was one of those games where you were like, well, they're either making this field goal or they're losing. It was a win or a loss based off of one field goal. And once you hit the field goal, it wasn't that much celebration. Everyone just got up and left. It was just like,
I was just glad it happened.
Yeah, it was over. Let's just get out of there and get on to the next week.
It might be a little home game because there's a lot of Bills fans going to Nashville.
Nashville's a big home Bills game there.
Yeah, it's a fun city.
Absolutely. And I think the Bills fans will go out in droves. We actually discussed whether or not we wanted to go to this game, but I think we decided on Cleveland, I believe.
Yeah.
David, was it Cleveland?
I'm in. Yes.
He brought it up, and
Live.
he's in now. Yeah.
Live from Cleveland, Ohio, Mad Men Sports.
Yeah, I don't know. We've never done anything like that before, but we're going to go to Cleveland, guys. If you guys want to go to Cleveland or if you're from the Ohio area, I know we have a lot of out-of-town listeners. We could totally organize a meetup. I don't know. That's up to you guys. It's up to us. We're totally open to it. We love talking Bills, so might as well tailgate with us or something, right?
Hell yeah. I'm down.
Mad Men tailgated at Cleveland.
Come on down.
Meet us at the Dog Pound. So, yeah, Taylor Lewan's back. AFC South tight, 2-2 and 2-2. Humphreys, Henry, I think we could really carve out a niche into that offense. I'm not a fan of Mike Vrabel. I don't think he's the greatest head coach of all time.
Yeah,
He's definitely not the greatest of all time.
No, I'm saying like he's bad.
Definitely bad. He comes from that weird Belichick tree.
Where they're not actually good.
No, because, I mean, you have Matt Patricia.
Yeah.
I mean, they just stink.
I don't know. I think, again, you guys are downplaying the defense. His defense is very good.
Yeah, but I don't think
Last
that
year they were
speaks
good.
to him as a coach.
Yeah, but they just
as a coach, I don't think Mariota's the guy. I think they're actually one franchise quarterback away from being a pretty damn good team.
Totally. So is every team. Because like we say on my Mad Men Sports here, quarterback's the only position that necessarily really matters when it talks to being a great team in this league.
Yeah, no, 1,000%.
Yeah. The Bills have had great defenses for a couple years now, and they've
Where has
never been
that
a great team. But Tom Brady has always been on the Patriots, and they've always been a great team because quarterback's the only thing that matters. So let's dive into the quarterback situation with the Bills. It's Wednesday night. I mean, Thursday morning at this point.
Yeah.
We got a little goofy today. Josh Allen is still one of the only two quarterbacks on the Bills roster. It is Josh Allen and Matt Barkley. They didn't sign anyone. He is in the as Jake mentioned, he is in the fourth stage of concussion protocol. The last stage is just being medically cleared. I think we're getting a heavy dose of Josh Allen this week. Starting quarterback Josh Allen, baby.
Kind of scares me because, as Dave was mentioning, the capabilities of the Titans' pass rush, it scares me. We don't really have the offensive line figured out. We're rotating a lot of guys, which scares me. Josh Allen needs to be protected at all costs. I think he has the capability to have a big game. Last year, not so much. Lackluster 13-12. But I think Josh Allen can really start to showcase his pocket passing abilities. So that's what I look for.
I would put 100% stock in the fact that Allen's playing, and I think the Bills know that because there wasn't even talk of bringing another quarterback in this week to protect Barkley, to go in after Barkley. The thing that's concerning that no one's talking about is DeMarco is out this week. McDermott talked about it today. He's in concussion protocol. He wasn't even at practice today. He's out this week. So that affects with Allen being the way he is right now, you're going to have to run the ball. You're going to Singletary probably back, but you don't have DeMarco. So the running game is going to be a little hurting. Offense might struggle this week. I'm predicting right now the offense is probably going to struggle. The defense
Are they going to struggle more than did last week?
Offense had some bright spots last week. Look at the game Gore had. They had some bright spots. Gore's going to struggle to have that game this week without DeMarco. I know everyone downplays DeMarco. I think DeMarco being out this week is going to be a big factor in the run game. I'm a big fan of putting just Lee Smith back there and do what he's got to do. But
hell yeah.
It's
not after the shitty pull last week.
I agree, but I think we're kind of downplaying the fact that Allen's probably going to be playing a little safe this week. DeMarco's not in to protect the run game.
He's definitely going to run less.
You're still going to have, I hope so, he better, if he didn't learn anything. You're going to have to use Singletary and Gore a lot, and I hope DeMarco being out isn't going to affect that. And it might not, but I hope it doesn't.
Give me like 8 targets to Dawson Knox this week, too.
Yeah, let's start getting the tight ends a little bit more action.
Even Sweeney, get him involved. Let's see if Sweeney has anything before Croft gets back. If Croft ever gets back from his new leg or whatever he's getting, that's taking forever, see if he's got anything before Croft's taking a factor back in the game.
Yeah, I would say Dawson Knox has earned his right to more looks, definitely in the offense. Listen, they gave him an end around 2 weeks ago. They've been throwing him the bomb on important plays. He's definitely made his money's worth out of those 2 big passing plays. You guys,
1,000%.
I don't even have to mention them. You know what ones I'm talking about.
Hell of a catch.
Yeah, both of them are. And then a hell of a run after for the one. I mean, listen, this third-round tight end is making a name for himself, and we keep saying a little bit more, a little bit more. He might really be on the cusp of becoming a fixture of the offense that we can kind of trust. Trust is a big thing we talk about here on Mad Men Sports. Being trustful with the wide receivers, trusting the offensive line. We still think that the McDermott and Allen and Bobby Johnson, I think they need to lock that down a little bit harder. I think they really need to figure out what's going on the right side of the line. I'm sick of seeing a rotation at right tackle, and then obviously Feliciano was hurt 2 weeks ago, so there was a right guard there, and it was a really good game for the offensive line, I thought. So maybe they need to work that out. Maybe they are. That's fine. I'll keep an eye on that for sure during the Tennessee game, and especially after the bye week, what goes on at the offensive line. Running back, they have our trust. They've earned it from day one. Singletary's looked awesome. Frank Gore's looked awesome. TJ Eldon did have 1 fumble, but last week he really put together a nice game for himself on the passing game. Wide receivers have gained the trust of us, except for Zay. And then tight ends, they're really earning trust. I would say the least trustworthy person on our offense right now might be Josh Allen. And that's saying a lot because I really do think he might be on the cusp of a really breakout season. And I did say this back when we had our preseason to the Jets game. I think this is like the week, either this week or the Miami week, is going to be the week where we see Josh Allen really break out and start getting himself ready for the season. He's been a slow starter in all of the games he started, and I think that he's going to finally put together a 4-quarter game this week in the Tennessee. You guys trust me with that one?
It's tough because his mistakes are very avoidable. It's those weird decisions where he's on the run, he thinks he has a player downfield, and he doesn't. His core attributes, I think, are less raw than people make him out to be. He can make those intermediate throws that people said he couldn't. I just need him to settle down and kind of second guess his decision making. Not really, obviously. Game time, you got to be confident, but I need him to understand the severity of these throws that he's making.
I think regardless of how he plays against Tennessee, this bye week is going to breathe life into him, honestly. It's going to help him slow down a little bit. He's going to have extra time to look through his game film from the first 4 or 5 weeks. He's going to be able to look through the game film for the next coming up opponents. He's going to be able to slow things down and learn. It's so hard to learn during the 4 weeks you have to prepare. I think having an extra week during this point in time, usually people say an early bye week is bad for teams that want to have a good season. Whatever. I don't know what the actual stigmas of early bye weeks are. I think for a young quarterback, this is a perfect learning opportunity with the bye week coming up to help him slow things down, realize what he's doing wrong, and help himself read some defenses. Because he's gotten the same looks in back-to-back weeks from the Patriots to the Bengals. Like I said, that interception that he actually threw against the Patriots, he almost threw against the Bengals.
Oh, 1,000%.
So him being able to maybe slow it down and see what's going on a play like that against that kind of coverage, I mean, he's definitely not seeing the safety in that coverage. Maybe they can slow it down and open up his reads a little bit better.
Yeah, but I think the one positive is we all agree that we have a more likely chance to win with Allen and then Barkley. I think Allen's still our better chance to win. And it feels much better having him, hopefully. He's not 100% back, guys, but having him back this week.
I agree with you to a certain extent. I am most confident in Matt Barkley, more so than I have ever been with any Bills backup quarterbacks. And I would say he's the most competent backup in the league. I don't think I can find any backup quarterback that I trust more than Matt Barkley.
Him or Eli?
Yeah, I mean Eli's in that weird position now too, so nix that. Other than Eli.
Unfavorable, but I think we don't know much about Barkley. I think we need to relax a little with him.
See, I trust him though. He's won us a big game against the Jets. He blew him out for crying out loud.
He's safe.
He's still a backup.
And in 8 minutes of the Patriots game, he put up 127 yards.
No one's saying that we should start Matt Barkley over Josh Allen, but I'm saying if Josh Allen is out, Matt Barkley can win us games.
Yeah, I mean he did last year. He won us a game.
Yeah.
I just feel much better about the game with Allen. That's all.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would disagree with you there, but yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Barkley versus Allen, it's always going to be Allen. He's the franchise guy. He's the number one pick. He's the guy they looked for. He's the guy they wanted. There's really no contest. Is there a sound? Is everything good on the sound, guys?
Yeah. Why? What's up?
Nothing. I was just making sure. Okay. I wasn't hearing anything, so I just wanted to make sure everything was good on the sound. Yeah, Allen versus Barkley. Allen's the guy, 100%. So let's get into Mad Men by the numbers.
Sponsored by Prima Pizza on Chippewa and Pearl Street. It's the best place for lunch specials. They're open 6 days a week, not on Sunday. Really, check them out. We all eat there more than 2 times a week. At least I do. I'm always there.
I don't eat there 2 times a week.
Check out Kev.
I wish I could.
I'm a fat ass. So.
I don't have time.
Check out Kev. Fantastic guy. Mad Men by the numbers.
All right, Jake, hit us with it.
All right, gentlemen. Frank Gore had 109 yards last week. I don't think he's going to have another 100-yard game. Let's make the over under 75. David?
I think he goes over because I think it's going to be a run-heavy week. I think he doesn't hit 100, but he definitely gets over 75, I think.
Especially with Devin Singletary back. I mean, you can't expect him to hold that entire load.
No, I don't think it has anything to do with Devin Singletary, honestly. I think the Bills are going to be very run-heavy this week. I respect the Titans' defense.
Interesting. All right, Zachary.
I think he gets under because I think it is Singletary coming back. I think he's going to help relieve some of the load for him. And I think Singletary is really going to step up and have a big game against a defense that really doesn't know what to see out of Devin Singletary. You can't just throw a shoulder into Singletary and expect him to go down. You have to wrap up, and I think that's a huge. I'm not saying you could do that with Gore either, but I think that's something that most teams wouldn't expect to happen because, like we said, he's very well balanced. He's motor. He's gonna. It's not. You can't stop him. He's gonna keep going. He's like the Duracell battery.
Hey, there we go. That Energizer
bunny. Damn it! I don't know my batteries very well. I shouldn't even made it.
Who does? That's fine.
Up next.
All right. We all know our defense is elite. There's no question there. Number 1 in the league. David, you were talking about how Marcus Mariota is susceptible to sacks. We're not really known for our pass rush.
Not this year.
We normally kind of just send 4, drop back in coverage. That being said, how many sacks do you think we'll get tomorrow? Or not tomorrow.
I hope they don't touch Allen tomorrow at all.
Oh my God! See, look how excited I am for this
Sunday.
Bills game.
I think we get 3. I think probably
So
3. I don't think we need to get a bunch. I don't think it's anything like that. I think we can probably pick them off a few times. I don't think they're going to put the ball in Mariota's hands. I don't think they do that much. That being said, I think we get about 3. I think we bring the pass rush this week. If we don't get 3, I don't think it's make or break, but I think I can see us getting 3.
Yeah, I'd rather have turnovers more than sacks, or at least quarterback hurries.
Yes.
Zach?
I think they get to him often. I think this is one of those games where you see Jerry Hughes have 2.5, Trent Murphy get a sack, and Lorenzo Alexander getting a little fun. I think they do RPO a little bit too much, to the point where we play the gap so well that he's going to think that he can't hand the ball off, when in reality he's going to get tackled for a loss. So I think our defense blankets and hides their coverages very well. So I think they're going to come out here and really confuse Mariota. I'm not saying he's a dumb quarterback by any stretch of the means, but I think they're going to surprise him with a lot of different looks to the point where he's not going to really know what he's looking at in certain scenarios.
So for the most part, Mariota does not scare men sports.
No.
At all.
Bring it.
I do think RPO is kind of
not you,
his
Stefan.
game.
Stay there, Stefan.
Not yet.
Not you.
Eat your duffs.
Keep going.
I don't think Mariota's kind of anything we have to worry about. But I mean, when he played at Oregon, wasn't that offense kind of RPO?
Yeah, totally different beast now in the NFL, though. Chip Kelly isn't even around anymore.
No. So yeah, other than that, not worried. All right. We talked about this. Dave, you were big on this. Our weekly projections. What do you think the score is going to be?
Low scoring. I could see it being like 16-10.
Or 13-12?
I do see the Bills winning. I think it's important the Bills win because you need the momentum going into the bye week with three winnable games. But the important thing is if the Bills don't win, the season's far from over. Everything's fine. Bills are going to get healthier next week, and then we have, again, 3 winnable games coming up. But I do see us winning. I see it being a defensive struggle for both teams. I see it like 16-10. I don't think the score matters, but I see us winning. I, again, will call out the offensive line. We cannot win this game without protecting whoever the quarterback is. We need to protect the quarterback. We cannot play the same ball we did last week.
Perfect. Zach?
I think this is a must-win for the Bills. I don't think... Dave said that the season isn't over if they lose to the Tennessee Titans. I'd get really close to disagreeing with that. This season looks a lot worse if you lose to the Tennessee Titans because not only are you 3-2, that's an AFC South team that's 3-2 that also has a win on a tiebreaker against you. That's really tough to blow this game off as just another game. I would almost call this a must-win. I would call this game, in hindsight, of course, more important to win than the Patriots game because. In reality, you kind of thought that you were always going to play for a wild card spot, but if you want a wild card spot, you beat the Tennessee Titans. I think the offense really goes pass heavy. I think we get a 300-yard game out of Josh Allen. I think we're surprised how well Josh Allen comes out of this concussion looking in the passing game. I think it's a really good spot for the wide receivers to thrive against some seasoned corners, but I think the offense really shows out. I'm going to go with a 31 to... It's hard to score on our defense. 14.
Oh. Jeez, you're saying we blow out the Titans?
Yeah, because I think we pass heavy. We're passing heavy in this game.
Yeah, and Josh Allen always performs... Well, not much to go off of. Josh Allen, historically, has played well after an injury, so...
That's always true. But he's usually taking time off.
Yeah.
So.
His year and a half, he's played well.
I've got 27-10.
Listen, I think they beat the Tennessee Titans at home with a much worse team, and I don't think the Titans got that much better compared to how the Bills got better. And I think Josh Allen's a much different quarterback this time around. I think Allen's ready for the task of beating this pass rush and these corners. 31-14.
Perfect. Well, we all have the Bills winning. That's fantastic.
Your turn.
But we want to hear from you guys. Please. Let us know in the comments what your prediction to the Buffalo Bills Tennessee Titans game is. And what is in your hand, man? What is that?
This was spur of the moment, actually.
Holy shit.
If you correctly get the Titans score against the Bills, like the whole game, you can correctly predict the score to the game this Sunday, I'll send you this ball.
Remember, I said 16-10. You know where I live.
Holy. Who is that? Is that signed?
Yeah, it is signed.
By who?
You have to
that's
win
a
the
secret.
ball to find out.
That's a secret.
Is he? I can't even read, so...
You definitely can't read. But yeah, that is a signed football. Buffalo Bills. I'll send you the box, too. I think there's a
Full
marker
size.
in there. But yeah, full-size Buffalo Bills ball. You correctly predict the score. I'll send this to you. Free shipping. And a keychain. But yeah,
fuck it.
It's got to be on the money, though. It's got to be on the money. I'm not taking like, oh, it was a field goal off. Yeah, you were a field goal off. You were wrong.